Planaria Flatworms. Weird, strange, alien, a little bit cute, sweet. Although I want to like them, unfortunately I just can't, as I'm a tank owner, and these little alien looking flatworms can be a thing that make up my nightmares. The Planaria Flatworm is a very soft, flat body. They come in colours of black, brown, grey or white. Here you're seeing the brown type of tank invaders. These brown, rusty or red flatworms are normally no larger than a couple of millimetres in length. The terrestrial kind can be actually up to half an inch long. As well as being in marine environments and on land, you'll find the majority of the flatworm species in freshwater. The most common species that's been studied in the labs is this brown kind. They're extremely sensitive creatures, very sensitive to extreme heat and cold. Here we observe as one swims around with two buns in the oven, eggs I mean, ready to plop them out at a moment's notice. It will take a Planaria egg 2 to 3 weeks to hatch. You've only seen one of these in your tank. No big deal, right? Wrong. One lays 2 eggs. You now have 3. Scrape 3 off the glass. 3 splits into 6. 6 lays 2 eggs each. You now have 18. You scrape them off the glass. They split. You now have at least 36. They lay eggs. You have 108. They lay more eggs. You have 324. You now have a major infestation that becomes an ongoing, living nightmare for 6 months constantly, trying to battle the raging war against this Planaria infestation. And just because you saw one originally, doesn't mean that there was only one. Probably means there was about 50. You have to be really careful how you handle these creatures, because you only need one of these in your tank to have the potential for a rapid infestation. Seeing one of these on the glass of your tank and wiping it away with an algae scraper or squishing it could be the worst thing you do in your reefing career, as they are prolific breeders, even when you're committing to their mass genocide inside your tank. Although these flatworms will not attack your coral or fish directly, they can reproduce so rapidly that they will sit on your corals, block the light from reaching them, and irritate my corals into closing up, decreasing all of the light absorption and making the corals bleach out and die. Planaria flatworms are also mainly photosynthetic, but they do also feast on things like microfilms, different algae, and copepods. Their bodies are so sensitive, you can see this one getting snagged on an arthropod's molted leg, and then it just seems to die. These Planaria would have travelled to my tank on a piece of foreign alien coral from a distant land. Although I coral dip or disinfect my corals before they enter the tank to kill any and all invaders, including this one, sometimes something slips past the chemical net, and before you know it, you're up to your knees in flatworms. But why can they multiply so fast? Well, the explanation is more alien than these guys even look. Planaria flatworms have an extraordinary ability to regenerate their lost body parts and heal themselves. If you cut a planaria lengthwise or crosswise, it will regenerate into two separate individuals. Each amputated body part will grow back a new head, brain, pair of eye spots, and be a completely separate thinking brother to each other. This is thanks to its body being made up primarily of stem cells, the type of cells that have the amazing ability to be told to turn into any other type of cell, which is what we are full of as humans, as we're created inside the womb. But not long into our human lives, we do start to rapidly have no more of these cells as we age. Even when they have their heads chopped off, along with their brains and eyes, researchers have shown that the body left behind is still able to sense and react to light, as it still moves away from the brighter visible light spectrum that it can sense with some form of body-wide reflex. Its two eye spots at the front of its head seems to allow the creature to simply react more to the red spectrum rather than actually having eyes to see. Chopping off its eyes seems to make them react more to ultraviolet light rather than to the visible part of the spectrum. This may be why they tend to hang out at the front of the glass in people's tanks, away from the strongest part of the light spectrum. Another issue commonly found with having these worms in your tank is that when a large number of them die, either naturally or from culling them with chemical solutions, they release toxins into the water which can kill or harm both your fish and your corals, unfortunately, increasing the ongoing difficulty of eradicating them from your life. They bring a whole new meaning to the word pest. I hate them, and even more so that they look so cool and innocent under the microscope. You stupid, cool, annoying, cute, awesome alien